He was born into a life most would call ordinary. But his parents carried extraordinary dreams. His father, a working-class man, spent his days laboring in the fields, his hands rough, scarred, and worn from years of unrelenting work. Each line on his palms told a story of struggle and resilience, a silent testament to the sacrifices he had made for his family. His mother, though gentle and soft-spoken, possessed an inner strength few could comprehend. She had dreams once, dreams of her own happiness, of small joys she would allow herself, but the moment she held her son in her arms, those dreams faded into the background. Every meal she cooked, every stitch she mended, every sleepless night she endured, was devoted to him. She gave her youth, her energy, her very life, so that her son could have a better one. They had very little money, but they had love. A love so deep, it could withstand hunger, hardship, and heartbreak. From an early age, he understood he had been entrusted with something precious: the hopes and sacrifices of his parents. They told him that education was his gateway to a life beyond struggle, and he believed them. School days were long and hard. His father would wake before dawn, his mother already preparing a small breakfast, making sure he left the house with enough to last the morning. Sometimes he saw the exhaustion in their eyes, the strain in their bodies, and it made him feel guilty. But he never fully understood just how much they were giving up for him. Years passed, school turned into college, college into opportunities, and opportunities into the bustling chaos of city life. He left the small town behind, the fields, the dusty roads, the familiar smells of home. He arrived in the city with nothing but ambition and determination. At first, the city was overwhelming. Tall buildings, blaring horns, crowds moving in every direction. But he adapted quickly. He studied harder, worked longer, and slowly began to taste the sweetness of success. A promotion here, recognition there. The world seemed to be opening its arms to him. Money started to flow, opportunities multiplied, and people began to recognize him. He was no longer the boy from the small town. He was someone remarkable, someone others admired. And yet, amid the applause and praise, something subtle began to shift. He stopped calling as often. Messages home became shorter, more formal. The warmth he once carried for his parents was now buried under deadlines, meetings, and ambitions. Life in the city moved faster than he could comprehend, and before he realized it, he had drifted far away from the two people who had given him everything. Back in his hometown, life continued quietly. His father, now older and a little slower, would sit outside every evening, waiting for a familiar figure to appear on the road. His mother would pause her chores at every sound, hoping it was him returning, if only for a moment. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and months into years. Late at night, lying awake in his high-rise apartment, he felt an emptiness he could not name. The achievements that once brought pride now felt hollow. He had climbed so high, yet he could not escape the gnawing feeling that something vital had been lost along the way. It was then that he decided to go back, not for the city, not for business, not for appearances, but for something more human, something essential. He drove back to the town he had left behind. The same roads, the same fields, the same small house stood waiting. Everything appeared smaller than he remembered, but it carried a weight, a history, a love he had almost forgotten. His mother opened the door when he arrived. She did not shout, she did not cry, she simply looked, and in that gaze, he saw the years of worry, the years of longing, and the infinite love that had never wavered. His father stood beside her, silent as always, eyes steady and filled with pride. No words were exchanged at first. They did not need any. Default text, and in that gaze, he saw the years of worry, the years of longing, and the infinite love that had never wavered. A simple nod, a glance, a shared presence was enough to bridge the years that had separated them. Days passed, slowly. He ate with his parents, walked with them, even helped in small ways around the house and fields. For the first time in years, He felt connected, grounded, alive in a way money and fame had never given him. One evening, as he sat beside his father in the fading sunlight, helping him repair a fence, he noticed something profound. The hands that had built, labored, sacrificed for him, were still steady. The eyes that had watched him leave were still filled with quiet love. And in that moment, he understood. This was what success really meant. He spent the night in his childhood room, a place frozen in time. The familiar smell of wood, the faint scent of the meals his mother used to cook, the worn mattress, all reminded him of what truly mattered. Money, business, and status could never replace the love and sacrifice of those who had made him who he was. Weeks turned into months. Though he eventually returned to the city, he carried something different with him. He called his parents regularly, visited whenever he could, and shared not just his achievements, but his time, attention, and presence. Slowly, a quiet healing began. The gap that years of neglect had created did not disappear overnight, but love, patience, and shared memories started to rebuild what had been frayed. He had become rich, but he realized only when he returned that wealth without love is emptiness. And in embracing his parents again, he finally understood what it meant to be truly rich. True success is not counted in money or achievements, but in the love, respect, and gratitude we give to those who made us who we are. If you like this heart-touching story, like and subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more heart-taking stories.